Yo, Elliot. Got this question from OK1331. Basically, he's first thing he does is he admires Elliot Hulse, and I appreciate that, honestly. He says that he's been watching my videos for quite some time, and he really likes the way my body is transforming, and I'm getting more ripped. The thing is, he now would like to achieve the same thing by going from a bulking phase, which he's just coming to an end to, where he's built some great muscle size, but he's just a little bit fat, to getting ripped, getting leaner, but he's afraid he's going to lose his size. He's not going to look as big as when he's got the bulk on him. So he wants to get rid of the fat, but he doesn't want to look skinny, especially in his arms. So I have to admit something here. When I carried the weight that I carried I started gaining weight in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, probably about 4 years. I gained and carried a lot of weight, over 215, 20 pounds. When it came time for me to lose that weight, I suffered in the same way that you did, and it took me a lot of time, really mentally more so than physically, because physically to lose the weight, it's not a big deal. You eat less and you do cardio. It really is like, you can really write it down in 5 bullet points, what to do to lose weight. It's not that magical. But I resisted it. I know I resisted it because every time I looked in the mirror while I was losing weight, and you find that you're in that in-between stage where you're not big anymore, right? But you're not really ripped. You kind of look normal and skinny and weird and skinny fat. Every single time I started approaching that, I got anxious, and I'm like, I'm losing all my muscle. I feel like I look like a normal dude. I don't feel like the big bodybuilder muscle man that I should be or have had been. So I would resist it and then go back to gaining weight again. And I kind of like approached it and then moved away, approached it and moved away. Until one day I just said, fuck it. I'm doing this thing, it doesn't matter, because all my friends, my uncle and you guys on YouTube are always like, Elliot, why don't you just get ripped? Why don't you slim down? So finally I was like, that's it, I'm just gonna do it. It was a psychological shift though. I basically had to tell myself, okay, I'm getting rid of all my muscle. I'm getting rid of all the muscle. It doesn't matter, I'm gonna do whatever I have to do just to get ripped. But something interesting happened. I didn't lose all my muscle. Now I did lose some strength, but the muscle actually looks bigger. I'm definitely smaller. I walk around now at about 197. I was 240 at my biggest. I'm definitely smaller, but the muscles still look big. And it's because as the body fat drops, the muscle starts to emerge. The shape of the muscle starts to emerge that much more. So you've got to get it out of your head that you're going to look small. Your clothing is going to shrink. I can't wear the same clothes that I wore 3 years ago. The clothing's going to shrink, but you're going to look somewhat bigger. You're going to look somewhat better. So buy smaller clothes, but the thing is, you're actually going to portray a more muscular look if you decide to get rid of the fat. So just do it. Just like, shut your brain off. Don't consider anything else. Just get ripped. Even if you have to tell yourself, I'm gonna lose all my muscle, just do it. So you have to lose your muscle. It's a bullshit lie, right? Especially if aesthetics is your goal. But it's a lie that you might have to tell yourself, convince yourself that it's okay to lose the muscle, because what you're going to find is, as the body fat comes down, it looks like you have more muscle. So get it out of your head. I know you're not asking for a bodybuilding plan or a fat loss plan, but I'll give you something. I basically share what I'm doing with you. Very briefly, make sure that you do a fasted walk every single morning. I haven't changed my strength training routine very much at all. I still lift heavy, but I do strategic cardio, which I've mentioned before, an idea that I got from Rusty Moore. I'll put a link down below to his book where I got the idea of strategic cardio, where you combine high intensity and low intensity interval training. I do that about 3 days a week. And diet is about 90% of this shit. So I'm on my final stretch right now, and I'm having the biggest resistance personally. Spoke to my uncle. He's always my consultant when it comes to bodybuilding, and he put me on this really weird ass extreme diet, which I'm doing it about 90%. I just got back from camping with my family, so cheated a little bit. But it's working. It's working fast. So I know that the training has gotten me so far, but it's the tweaking in the diet and the way that I've tweaked it just now that is going to make the biggest difference. And I will be 10 pounds lighter than I am right now, and I will look bigger with the shirt off. And that's what I want you to achieve and to get comfortable with. So that's it, dude. Go ahead, start getting ripped up, dude. It's going to help you aesthetically. You're not going to look like a skinny, weak bastard. Good luck. Yo, Elliot.